Hello, Challenge fans. Let's talk about what happened on the Challenge Season 42, Week 5. Me and my mom just finished watching it. And it's an awesome episode. Two classic games happened, a classic challenge and a classic elimination round, which I like. My mom as well. The show opens up with everybody coming back for the condo for the previous elimination, and they all gotta start deciding who's gonna become the permanent captain on their team. And they're like, okay, so that means whoever's captain is automatically safe. We know this. So we got to choose wisely. So as everybody is at different parts of the condo strategizing, Team Blue is also celebrating because they finally broke the curse. They went into elimination 4 weeks in a row and actually won one instead of losing. So like, yeah, we still got 5 players out of 8. We broke the curse. Then popping champagne and all that, and then they start talking about like, and we know Orange team, which has got a lot of pros and a couple rookies, they're gonna pick a pro. Gray team probably do the same. Carl Maria and Nelson come up with this idea. Let's throw in a rookie on the blue team, throw everybody off the game plan. So Josh volunteers like, hey, I'm new to this. I'll be team captain and all that. And so Nelson and Carl Maria, Laddie, and Anna agree like, okay, you're gonna be the permanent team captain. You'll be safe for all eliminations. Even if we lose. And only on one condition, you help us. And he totally agreed. So then everybody starts, getting all romantic like Bananas, Lottie, Deb and Will, Corey and Izzy. Nelson sees Izzy flirt with Corey. Then as he goes away to get some more drinks, Nelson approaches Izzy and tells her to back off. Nelson says, look, Corey is married outside the game. He's got a wife and kids. And she said, yeah, but he told me that him and his wife are going through a rough patch right now. And now it's like, yeah, they are. But that doesn't mean for you to jump right into bed with them and all that. He said, first of all, my friend should be smarter than this. Second of all, you should not be trying to sleep with another woman's man, right? So Nelson just tells her, just back off. Don't try to sleep with Corey. That'll ruin the marriage for sure. He said, I'm trying to talk to Corey and try to patch things up with him and his wife, try and help him save the marriage. So as Corey comes back with the drinks, he's like, see ya, gotta go. Corey's like, what did I take too long getting drinks? Like, he wants to know like why the hot looking chick is just abandoned him. And he's like, Nelson, did you say something? Nelson's like, hey, my lips are sealed. I didn't say nothing. But Corey knows his friend said something to stop him from doing something he might regret, right? And then the next day, they go to the daily challenge. And before we get into the challenge, TJ asks us who's the permanent captains. Team Brew, first off, shocks everybody. They pick a rookie, Josh. Banana's like, wow, like I did not see that coming, honestly. Team Orange went with Tori. That was smart. And Tori also said, like off camera, so the other team members don't know this, most of them, she said that her, CT, and Michelle last night talked, strategized, and decided, I'm going in as team captain, but you guys are going to be my ears, my counsel. You're going to know if something's happening or Banana's going to try to screw me over, stuff like that. And Team Gray picks a pro, Corey. So TJ announces two things. One, that since these are the permanent captains, Tori for Team Orange, Corey for Team Gray, and Josh for Team Brew, if you win, the whole team is safe. You know that. But if you lose, only the captains are safe. That's not changing. But, however, there is one thing. There's a new rule, a new twist. At any point this season, if your team feels that that captain, their team is going to try to sabotage them in the finals, take away all the money not shared right, or along the way ain't performing a captain's 100% effort, they call it mutiny, which all the team members agree, and they remove that captain from the position. And he said how that works is, I haven't decided yet. I might just be like, okay, you just name a new captain, or you go in a one-on-one battle in the arena for the captain's position. He hasn't decided yet. He's going to keep that a surprise for now. Now it's time for the daily challenge, one of the classics, Jungle Brawl. Big old mud pit. Dodge balls everywhere. 3 goal nets. One for Carter for each team. The objective is to jump in this mud pit, full-on body contact. TJ said it's always a classic. And Akadu's like ready to go, mow down people. And Bananas on him like, CT, you're going. CT's like, hell yeah, I'll go. I got this, guys. The objective is to get as many dodgeballs into the other team's net. The winning team that has the least amount wins, is safe elimination. The other teams that come in second and third place must choose a man's person on the team because TJ announces man's elimination this week. Sometimes he does. Sometimes, like you said, 1 week it's winners, 1 week it's man's, back and forth. Sometimes he switches it up and goes like win him, man. Like he doesn't rotate it. He throws him off the game. But he hasn't done that yet this season. So the man's elimination. So the captain of the winning team and the team must decide who put into elimination. Come elimination the next night off the team. And Nelson's like, great. So if we lose this daily challenge, I automatically going in because there's only me and Josh left on my team. And Josh is safe. So Nelson's like, I got to get that captain's position right now and get some mutiny on his butt. Because he wants to play safe and play safe and further him into the finals. So TJ sounds the horn. Everybody dives in his mud pit. Dab jumps on top of Sydney, who's got 2 dodgeballs underneath her arms, like this. She jumps on her back and pushes her, just shoves her in the mud. Well, Sydney's leg, it looked painful, folks. She turned that leg sideways, and when Dab landed on it, Sydney heard a crunch. She heard it. She's crying. TJ and the other ones are like, what the heck just happened? She's injured. Ambulance shows up, and she's carried out on a stretcher, loaded in the ambulance, and taken away to the hospital. The gray team's all the way down to player. They're down to 5 now. 6, sorry. So the challenge restarts. Kanu, the gray team's just mowing down everybody else. He just plows through Johnny Bananas. Just plows through Will. Just takes out Nelson, the guy with the prosthetic leg. Joss, he just picks up Joss and just heaves him into the mud pit. He runs into CT, and CT, he collides with CT. CT doesn't even budge. Kanu just falls back. And he looks up and he's like, whoa. And off camera, he's like, running into CT, that my speedy says like hitting a brick wall. CT's like that. I love CT. He's hilarious. And then Camarena runs up and she's trying to score behind CT, and CT just like picks her up and just tosses her. Like, if you watch wrestling like I do, he picks her up a grill press slam and just throws her in the mud. He ain't taking it easy even on his friends. And CT's like, it's a challenge. I'm 100% into the challenge mode. Game mode. Blue team is doing good. They're stopping any balls going in their net. Orange team is getting a lot of balls going in the net, but so is gray team. Then orange team, Banana, CT's like, hey guys, on the gray team, blue team ain't got no balls in their net. And then they just turned and attacked blue team like a stampede of buffalo and just mowed them down. And blue team, just like their net was just filled full of dodgeballs within minutes. So blue team, they came in third place again. And Colin Maria's like, man, we just won the elimination. We just lost out a daily challenge. We're going elimination again. Orange team ended up winning it. They had the least amount of balls in the net compared to the gray teams. So orange team is celebrating. They're on a roll. They're dominating. But eventually orange team will probably lose the challenge. And when they finally have to select someone going to elimination again, like the first week, Johnny Bananas was the only one, the orange team, to go in. Everybody else has been gray team or blue team. They're going to start realizing this. We got to throw somebody in. And that's when the alliances are going to crumble, right? Because right now they're a solid unit because they're still winning daily challenges to the final. So back at the condo, everybody's wondering, is Sydney okay? Is she in? Like, how badly is she injured? Sydney is at the condo. She's packing her stuff. She is not medically cleared to compete no more. She suffered a leg injury when Dab jumped onto her and they fell in the mud pit, in the mud, and the way she landed on her leg and twisted it. She said, I heard something crunch. She broke a bone in her leg. She no longer can compete. So she said, I'm off, guys. I'm done. Everybody says goodbye to her and that. Then she approaches Deb. Deb wanted to apologize because she said, I didn't do that on purpose. That was accidental. Sydney just melts off to her, calls everything but the sun, and goes to slap her, but she stops herself. She said, well, technically, I could have slapped you across the face and not get in trouble for it because I'm on my way out, but nope. She's I'm a better woman than that. She said, but she feels that Deb did it on purpose, but Deb's trying to tell her it's a game. It was a challenge. I didn't mean to land on your leg that way. She feels awful. So, Gray Team is now down to 6 players out of 8 because of this loss Sydney due to medical reasons. I like Sydney because I've seen her last season, and her and Toba were great as a team of speed and agility, and they almost won it, but my favorite Olivia and Nehemiah won it last season. So this season was dominating with her speed and agility, and then just to have that leg injury happen, that broken bone, to stop her from competing, that sucks. Get well soon, Sydney, so both of you be healed up for next season. It's not like permanent damage. So then Corey has to decide between Leo, Chris, and Kanu on his team. Like, who do I send in against my best friend Nelson? And he remembers Nelson saying in the first episode, I got Postag legs. I lost my leg in a car accident years ago. I didn't feel like I could do the challenge. I wanted to see if I could prove myself, see if I could still do it. But Postag leg, he does, like he told everybody, he doesn't want an easy ride to the finals. He wants to prove himself. So Corey decides to send in the big man, Kanu. And Kanu's like, I'll take out your friend, no hard feelings. And Corey's like, no hard feelings. This is what he wants. He wants to prove himself. And I feel between Leo and Chris, you're the better one to go against him to try and maybe take him out and give him a fight. So blue team, there ain't no talk and no strategize who to send in. Nelson knows he's going in because he's the only man left on his team besides Josh, who's team captain, who's automatically safe. Elimination night. And it's a classic. It's called Not So Not. 2 giant dome spears. Kanu and Nelson has to enter one spear and take all this bunch of rope and just wrap it around the dome and knot it up as much as they can. And after 15 minutes, they switch domes and they have to untie the knots the other player on the other dome made. And the first player to undo all the rope, all the knots, and pull all the rope out of the other player's dome wins, stays alive for now. Nelson and Kanu was neck to neck, folks. Like, it was close. It came down to the wire. Nelson got all the rope untangled in his dome that Kanu tangled up, knotted up, and pulled all the rope out. The thing that cost Kanu, I think, was he kept taking breaks. Like, he'd knot some rope, pull it out of the dome, go back in, get some more rope. Then he stopped for like a couple minutes, catch his breath, take a break. Nelson was like full speed, not stopping at all. And I think that's what caused him to win. So Nelson stays alive for Team Blue, so they don't back to back. They've won eliminations now. They don't lose somebody. They're still 5 players strong. And Gray Team has now lost 2 more players. So they've lost 3 in a row. Like 1 from last week, 2 this week, 1 due to medical reasons, Sydney, and Kanu for losing. Kanu looks at Nelson like, man, good game, man. He's like, if you keep doing what you're doing, Kanu said, you'll be in the finals. I know you will. And then Kanu said the only thing he wishes was like there's people on stage up on the area atop the Stoneheads, which they were. They were cheering for Nelson, the veterans were. He's like, I know I'm a rookie, but I kind of wish some of the veterans would have been rooting me on, even the people on my team, but I get it, I'm a rookie. When I come back, season after season, I'll dominate, eventually win. And he left, and everybody came down. Corey hugged Nelson. TJ even fist bumped him. And everybody took Nelson back to the condo, celebrating. And everybody decides to have a little diving off of a board into a swimming pool competition. Who does a cool dive? Like CT jumps up off the dive board as a cannonball. Bananas does like a cartwheel. That's a 2. It's just like a friendly thing they're doing to boost up, to continue the good morale in the condo. Because eventually I've seen the seasons, the challenge where it gets nasty in that condo. Like, sometimes there's some cat fights, some furniture's tossed around. That hasn't happened yet. Some stuff smashed. So far it's been peaceful, relaxing. So yeah, folks, Gray team lost 2 people this episode. That's a major blow to their team. So now they're down to 5 players. I mean, yeah. So because they lost Nerys, Kanu, and Sydney. So now it's Corey, Leo, Chris, Adia, and I forget who the other person is. So there's only 5 players left of that team, 5 players left of the blue team, and orange team still got 8 players, still a strong unit. And everybody's talking now. Like now, the episode ended with Nelson talking to Colin Marine. He's like, "I want that captain's position. I want to call him mutiny." And Colin Marine's like, "Well, we gotta get Letty and Anna on board. You know they're gonna be with the rookie board." Josh, he said, "So we're gonna have to strategize somehow, how to get you in that captain's position." And on the orange team, already Johnny Bananas is thinking like, if team captain is permanently safe until the finals, that's how because that's Johnny Bananas. He always wants to take the easiest route to the finals, which I cannot stand. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty in the arena. He wants to play the politics, the like he said, she said thing, cause some tension in the house to cause the votes to go his way. So he's looking at that captain's position like he wants it permanently. But his team, like, he don't know Tori, CT, and Michelle have formed an alliance besides the other 8-person alliance. The Orange team, they got their own 3-person alliance going on to secure Tori in the captain's position. Because TJ said all other team members have to agree to go against that captain's position immediately. So Bananas going to try to persuade them. He ain't going to persuade Michelle and CT. That's a given. So Bananas, I think you're screwed, buddy. I think you're going to have to get yourself hands dirty in that arena again. You did the first episode, buddy. Prove yourself and why you should be the finals and go at it. And the highlight of this episode was when Kanu ran into CT and just ran in a brick wall and CT didn't even budge. That was awesome. There you have it, folks. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.